They got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems.
What is going on, people? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on. I hope you're having a great day. Guys, we are going in. It's been less than 24 hours, but, we're going in the next day and we're talking about Xbox's E3 2019 conference. Yo, what is going on, Michael? Good to see you in the chat. It's been on my mind. If you didn't know, this channel we did a live reaction for Xbox's E3 conference. We also did one for Bethesda last night as well, and both. I gotta say, I had fun doing both, but I've seen a lot of people, talking on social media. Of course, we gave our thoughts and our opinions. Yo, what is going on, Paul? We gave our thoughts and our opinions about the show like right afterwards. But as usual, it takes a little time. You go back, you kind of thumb over the information that you got, all that good stuff, and you kind of get a better idea of where your head's at with what you saw. I know right after the show, you just got bombarded with all this stuff. One thing I will say about giving opinions right after the conference, though, those opinions really kind of mark the feel of the conference, like whether or not the tempo was good, whether or not they kept your attention, whether or not like you were engaged in their show for the entire time the show was on. All right. So with that being said, with all that, I feel like the reaction that we had last night was, or yesterday, was pretty accurate. And we're gonna get into it. All right. So before we do this, guys, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Let people know that we are live. Share it out on Twitter, on Facebook. We are talking a pretty big topic right now. It's something that, like I said, out on Twitter, I've seen people arguing over and stuff like that, and I really want to get my opinions out here for you guys. All right, Michael. Yeah, dude, don't get fired because of me, man. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, we got to go in. We got to go in. And talk about this now. First off, first off, I thought it was going to be closer to 2 hours. It was a little over an hour and a half. If you look at the timing and stuff like that, I'm not sure why that happened. I'm not sure why they decided to do that. It feels to me like they might have cut some things out. With seeing this show, there has been a problem at Xbox, and with Phil Spencer's ideology, something that I have not agreed with, something I feel a lot of other gamers out there don't agree with as well. There's some that go right along with it and say, "Yo, it's absolutely great no matter what." But the problem here is with them not using an opportunity, a stage like this, to show what's coming beyond that year and a half when it comes to games. I feel that is a huge misstep when it comes to Xbox's conferences, like whatever news that they put out there, whatever shows, whether it's inside Xbox or something like that. E3 is the world's biggest video game stage. It is the place where you show trailers, where you show CGI and stuff like that for stuff that's not a year and a half coming out, but quite possibly two, maybe, quite possibly a little longer than that. But you don't ignore the future of your platform and only go a year and a half out. I've stated this time and time again, whether it's been on Xbox Nation, whether it's been on Crossfire, whether it's been on next podcast on this channel. I feel that Phil Spencer needs to check that ideology at the door, and he needs to show the present and future of the platform every year at E3. All right, I feel this is something that needs to be done. It gives the show um a lot more standing. It's not just what's coming out, within the recent future, but what's down the line. Why are you investing in in this video game console, in this ecosystem? What games are coming down the line that, after you're playing all these new games that come out, you still have a teaser or something of what's coming past that. Yo, Gunstar. Yeah, that's a great point. Microsoft did say they are going all out. And I think they feel like they did, to be really honest with you, within the parameters that Phil Spencer has made in terms of what they can show. The games that are in development that should be out within a year and a half or so, I feel like they went all out with it in their mind, but not in my mind. All right. Now, when it comes to the show, when you go back and you look at it, the what we saw from Cyberpunk was really cool. I like what they showed with Battletoads. I thought that looked incredible. It looked like a cartoon that you control. I like that kind of stuff, and I like a wide range of games. Everything from the ultra realistic to the super competitive multiplayer to cartoony to Minecraft. I like a wide range of games. Um Yo, Frankie, I didn't make up anything, man. You say you guys made up, but dude, Frankie, I know I'm on shows and I'm affiliated with certain people, but my words are my words, their words are their words. When it came down to it, Frankie, um, we just said that Microsoft said they were going to go all out. And you figure going all out, they would have teased Fable, they would have teased things coming out in the future, and they didn't do that. The Xbox community, dude, you can't that's like me saying the whole PlayStation community absolutely loves God of War, thinks that the gunplay for Uncharted is spot on. Dude, you can't group everybody up like that. That is called stereotyping. All right? No, yo, Frankie, just before E3, Playground Games tweeted out about their open world RPG game that they are working on. All right, they tweeted it out before time, which is really even more odd to me that they didn't even tease Fable to begin with. Okay, but let's get back into it. Like I said, Battletoads looked really good to me. Um, Cyberpunk, I like what they showed with Cyberpunk, and the whole Keanu Reeves thing was insane. Um, they started with like Outer Worlds, and we knew Outer Worlds was going to be there. We knew games that like Psychonauts 2, Outer Worlds. I think it was Wastelands as well. These are all multi-platform games from developers that have been recently acquired by Microsoft. So the games that they are coming out with now, just coming out with now, they already have agreements in line. They are gonna be multi-plat. And see, that's another thing. Like, people are disappointed in multiplats, and I don't see why. I don't see why when it comes to seeing multiplats. The Cyberpunk thing was insane. They're seeing multiplats on the stage. It goes hand in hand with seeing first party. Like, I look at the whole show. All right. Um, Seeing the Halo at the end. Now I know a lot of people know me with the being a Halo fan, and I've had an incredible amount of messages about what I thought about that whole Halo. I feel like that CGI type cutscene or that in engine type scene that they showed is exactly what they were going to show. All right, because it doesn't come out until 2020. So, I thought we would get a little more on the story. People asked me what I thought about Chief's armor. Honestly, I liked Halo 4 and Halo 5 Chief better. I will say that right now. I don't know what this is going to entail. I heard things about Halo in terms of like RPG elements and kind of like customizing the look of Master Chief's armor yourself as you're going through the campaign. So if that's true, then hey, I'm all good. I'm all good. I feel like this Slipspace engine is looking good so far, and we just gotta wait and see about more. We gotta wait and see about more. Uh, yo, what is up, Jay Slayer? What is up, Christopher Hart? Uh, yeah. Christopher Hart said maybe the games will be great, but the show was not that great. And I think that's what I'm kind of aiming at. The same idea I had by the end of Microsoft's E3, the end of our live reaction, I called it a mediocre show. I feel that last year, the year before that, and quite possibly the year before that, were way better shows by Xbox. I feel like there was an energy there. There was a lot of oomph behind what they were showing, and they were just popping them off. And I didn't really get that this year. I feel an absolute huge kind of misstep or a huge issue that I have with something that they showed at E3 was Gears. It was Gears. The way they started off Gears 5 with Kate and her struggle within, that was awesome. And then they went into a gameplay mode. They went into a game mode called Escape, but they didn't show you gameplay of Escape. They had another CGI kind of like trailer of it, but you didn't see any gameplay. And the game is coming out this year. And I've had people message me that Rod didn't want to spoil any shock value when it came to the campaign, and so many reasons as to why there wasn't gameplay on the stage. Gameplay would have cemented that whole showing of Gears 5. Look what it did with Bethesda and Doom Eternal. People went absolutely insane with Doom Eternal. Why? Because you saw the game being played. All right, they needed to do that. If they weren't going to spoil the campaign, they needed to show that multiplayer mode, that escape mode, running gameplay, and not just a CGI trailer. All right, they needed to do that on stage, and they did not do that. It seemed like every time during the show that Microsoft did something great, they shot themselves in the foot and kind of brought it back a couple notches. Uh, Gunstar says Chief looks like a tank, super hulky. I don't mind. I got you, man. But the armor looks really kind of like plain. It looks like it would be high tech for early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? They really, I don't see high tech in it. Is what I'm trying to say. But all right. So like I said, Battletoad Ori 2 looks incredible, absolutely incredible. I didn't know if they can get better than Ori 1 in terms of graphics. And if you don't believe, go back and watch it again. See all the minute little details that are being shown in that game. That game is going to be incredible, right? It doesn't come out till February though. All right. We saw basically at this E3, we saw all the games coming out in 2020, at least before the holiday, minus the launch lineup stuff like that. But there was only one game that I saw really slotted for 2019, and that was Gears 5. All right. Yeah, Redneck Gamer. I know they showed Gears on the Gears Mixer channel. Why couldn't you show that on the E3 stage? That makes no sense to me. You could have still shown it on the Gears channel and got more in depth with it, but they needed gameplay on that game that's releasing September this year. Hold on, I got to get a drink of water. Hold on. My apologies, guys. I was talking a lot yesterday, so But like I said, I really want to get my opinion out on this whole thing. Yeah, Gunstar. I believe Phantasy Star Online 2 is free to play. That was a really good announcement. Like I said, they had some really good announcements. They had some really cool things to show. But you got to look at the show as a whole. Um, I'm just reading the chat as well. You got to look at the show as a whole. And when you look at the show as a whole, last year's was better. 2 years ago was better. Possibly 3 years ago, the show was better. So it is mediocre at best. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. You know me, guys. I am what they call no doom and gloom. I don't think that this E3 was going to make or break, Xbox. I don't feel like um, a lot of other people that they had to go all in. Now, they stated they were going all in, so they got me to think in a certain way. Now I know, you know, now I know better when it comes to that. Guys, I will let you in on a little something. O Snaps put me in for kind of like the drawing to get into the Xbox conference for this year. Uh, they actually picked me, but I've stated this many times. I told K Mega this. I told people on Crossfire this. This year is not the year to go to E3. Um, to do whatever you can to get to E3 and stuff like that. That would be next year. Next year is the time to go to E3 because, first off, Sony's going to be back. Second off, they will be releasing new hardware, so games that you will be playing on the floor will be running on that new hardware. Thirdly, right, if you are going to these conferences, then you are going to get in depth with the launch lineup of both the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox. Next year is that E3. And guys, I am planning on going to that one. When it comes to them talking about let's see, Project Scarlet. All right, let's go on to that one. Project Scarlet, talking about the new hardware. I laughed at them when they said 120 frames per second and 8K. You know why? I laughed at PlayStation when they said the same thing. All right. I feel it's funny that you're gonna start throwing those marketing kind of like phrases and numbers and stuff like that out there without even showing the console and stuff like that. All right. So I feel like with what they showed, their little clip for Project Scarlet, it was too much Xbox One X. Like they did the exact same thing that they did when they first kind of unveiled or they first kind of teased the Xbox One X, Project Scorpio. They did the exact same thing. And it's like, come on guys, get creative. That wasn't even entertaining. Burger Boy says the PS5 will be more powerful. Burger Boy, I have another video coming out probably this week talking about that as well. So stay tuned. All right. All in all, this is not the doom and gloom or the death of Xbox. What this E3 showing this conference was mediocre. It was meh, which is really hard. I don't know if I should take points away because with having a mediocre conference, with having to talk about Gears and Halo, two foundations of your gaming platform, I don't know if I should take away a couple more points for that personally. But yeah, it was okay. All right. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, there wasn't anything riding on this conference. All right. Yeah. Ice Queen Gaming, what is up? Good to see you, lady. She said she's getting a PS5 day one. Hmm. Uh oh. I'm getting hubby leashed right now. I threw, I literally threw my phone off to the side. I hope O Snaps realizes I am live streaming right now. But I wouldn't go as far as me going like, oh, I'm gonna get a PlayStation 5. First off, I don't necessarily know what system I'm getting yet because I don't know what these systems have to offer. If anybody out there has absolutely made up their mind about what system they are definitely going with, I don't know how you can if you don't know what they're offering. Features, everything all around. I wanna see these things unveiled. I was like that at the beginning of this generation as well. I had a 360. I didn't have a PS3, but when I started hearing about the news, like with PS4 and Xbox One, um, I wanted to see what features they had and stuff like that. I actually wanted my Xbox One to have that always online functionality. I saw further ahead than a lot of people did, and I have a tendency to do that. So, but I wouldn't go ahead and be like, I'm gonna get a PS5. I don't know. I haven't seen what these things have to offer, right? Uh, Christopher Hart said that they messed up on Battletoads. See, brother, I don't think that they did. It's a beat 'em up. It's kind of like in the same vein as Battletoads. Graphically, I feel like it looks better. It's a cartoon that you control. I actually like it. All right, let's see what Sammy Prescott says. Xbox, the conference experience was cool being there, but the mood in the room went down pretty quick, with the exception of a few key moments. The showing was overall pretty meh. Now, Sammy, that's exactly what I'm saying, man. And there's people out there. There's some of your favorite YouTubers out there are trying to shun people for saying that this conference was meh. You guys know me. You guys know I am the no doom and gloom guy, and I am not saying that there is this whole cause to like get all up in arms and worry about your system and all that good stuff. But I am an honest person, and I will tell you that the show was mediocre. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why people are trying to throw other people under the bus for their opinion. It's like when I told people I didn't like Uncharted 4's gunplay. Some people try to throw me under the bus for that, but it is my opinion. I did not like it. All right? So, I mean, people are going to state their opinion on social media. And for these YouTubers going out there and trying to shut down anybody who feels like this show was just mediocre, I mean, I don't know why they're doing that. It's like people trying to shut them down for saying that this show was really good. You don't see me out there saying anything to them about that, but I am sharing my opinion with you guys, the supporters of this channel, the people who come to check me out to hear my thoughts and opinions on gaming. That's who I share it with. All right. And when it comes down to it, guys, this show was just mediocre. Uh, Yo, Platypus, you're right. Yo, the briefing was okay, but it could have been much better. That's the idea. That's the general idea from this thing. And I feel that, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, look at Xbox said wait till next E3." I always felt that next year, 2020, is the time to go to E3. They're gonna have the hardware unveiled. You're gonna play the games on both the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox. The Anaconda. Um, they're gonna have the whole launch lineup put out there for people. That is the time to go to E3. I think a lot of people hyped up this conference way too much, and the only reason why they hyped this conference up was because Sony is not gonna be there. Sony is not at E3. PlayStation is not at E3. So people like, well, this is the time. Microsoft has the stage to themselves, and I felt the same way. I was like, yo, Microsoft has the whole stage. They should go all out. I don't necessarily think they're gonna go all out the way I thought, and they didn't. All right, but that doesn't mean I'm switching platforms. That doesn't mean I hate Phil Spencer. It doesn't mean that like I'm burning Xbox logos in the backyard. It's fine. Jay Slayer, I do not know if Inside Xbox is on tonight. I will let you know that Coffee Casuals and Consoles is on tonight on O Snap's channel. That's going to be really interesting. Um, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't see why people are going after people for stating their opinion about Microsoft's E3 conference. Guys, Xbox is my preferred platform. That doesn't mean I am going to sugarcoat a conference that I thought was just okay. And it's okay at best. All right? I can't wait to play Gears. I want to see more from Halo. Um, but yeah, I'm planning on going to E3 next year because I knew that would be one of the greatest moments for a gamer. It'd be one of the greatest times to go to E3 with Sony coming out with, having unveiled PlayStation 5, Xbox having, unveiled the next Xbox, being able to play all the demos on the new hardware. 2020 is the time to go to E3, and that's why I'm planning on being there next year. Yeah, Antonio, I want to see. I believe their Nintendo Direct starts at like midnight here, something like that. So I definitely want to see that as well. Apparently, Gears gameplay tonight on Xbox. Yo, Platypus, that doesn't. All right, they can show Gears gameplay everywhere. They can, but what matters is they didn't show it on stage for the most important gaming conference held each year. You see what I'm saying? They can show gameplay everywhere they want. Inside Xbox, over here, over there. I don't care. They didn't show it on the stage. And to me, that was a mistake. Uh-oh. I got to check my DM. Hold on 1 second, guys. Here I go. Monday, 3 p.m. inside Xbox. Thank you, Fox. I appreciate that. It's always good to get a helping hand from Lady Foxfire. So yeah, today it still doesn't change the fact of what they showed on stage. Now, like I said, the whole thing with Kate and dealing with her inner emotions and seeing the faces come out on the sides, that was really awesome. Really awesome. I am probably the most excited for Gears 5 that I have been since they announced it. Like, I am really looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be an awesome game. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts for now. I'm gonna cut this short, man. I'm developing a sore throat here from so many hours of streaming yesterday. Coming in, I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys. Guys, if you felt like the Xbox conference was just okay at best, don't let anybody else tell you different. All right, I am there with you, and I'm a huge Xbox fan and I felt like within a conference that they were showing Halo, Gears, showing some Battletoads gameplay, a conference like that should have been a lot better. Yo, Jay Slayer even said it. He said what they showed from Gears made his excitement go down. I got you, brother. But I went back and I saw the gameplay from IGN, and that brought it right back up. But the whole that Kate kind of like trailer thing was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Guys, as usual, if you like the topics, you like the content, you like what I talk about, definitely hit that thumbs up button for me. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. I have more thoughts and opinions about E3 and the stuff that we were shown, and I'm gonna be coming out with videos all week, so you definitely want to tune in for that. I believe Coffee Casuals and Consoles will be going live tonight on Oh Snap It Smells channel. So definitely tune in for that as well. I have a feeling it's going to get kind of crazy. It usually does. We go off the rails there as well. Um, yeah, guys, we have more conferences coming today. We have Ubisoft, we have Square. Inside Xbox is 6 p.m. today. So there's more stuff to see, and hopefully I will get a lot more in terms of announcements, details, stuff like that. So we got to stay tuned. E3 is still going on, guys. So let's see what we have to offer, and let me see. I want to see what AMD talks about in terms of hardware. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I have some grinding on Destiny 2 that I have to get to. I will be talking to you guys soon, though. Guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems.